treated and how you need it. If I was your CEO, I would do a survey at every Walmart. If I was your Walmart CEO, I would do a survey every morning, every evening, every night. I would make sure all the employees straighten up their customers' service. They're doing the survey sheets. All the employees doing the survey sheet. Interacting with y'all, doing papers about customer service. And another thing, if y'all just talk, I see a million things goes on in the world today where people is having problems with employees. Stop caring about yourself and worry about what's going on with other people and how people are getting treated and bad customer service because people don't care unless it happens to them. How can we solve the problem of bad customer service if you are not watching everything around you and you're taking people's side? I was in a store in Addison and this black lady and these other people got into it with employees. Who started it first? And I just walked in the store. We'll never know because certain people would take certain people's side and they don't care unless it happens to them as a customer. And we all just sit on the sideline and watch and not do nothing about certain things. And that can be the biggest part that we got up in Walmart and the customer service today. I was on this thing called today. I was on called The Spies, and I reading this YouTube thing. The horoscope talked about the spies. It made me see like the hatred of jealousy of the spies, or what I had to deal with somebody's cousin because they wanted to take advantage of me and not want me to be with their cousin. So me understanding the words of the spies and the people that I'm dealing with are growing up and despise of it. Because people will want what you have and they will ruin your relationship. That's one of the things I hate about relationships. And I learned about it. People will despise and jealous because they trying to get something from you. And me understanding the keys of these things, and I'm like, hold up, this lady just talked about this on YouTube on a Sagittarian horoscope, and I'm dealing with these people, family, and despise and jealousy. And one of the things I learned, one of the things I'm learning, we're about the thing to happiness and finding peace and harmony is to let go of businesses and places that no longer serve you anymore. And I understand if you're dealing with racism, if you're dealing with people like Walmart, and you're dealing with those things, you have to learn how to let go of. And Texas businesses got a problem. And I'm learning right now. My thing is, and people want to keep you here and make you be around racist behavior from Texas and Governor Abbott businesses with disability. And I realized something today that I don't need that. I don't want to be around those things. The key is to not be around racist businesses. And you probably got that all over America, so you're dealing with certain things. So the thing is to take yourself out of the equation when you're dealing with racism with Walmart and Texas businesses, is to take yourself out of the equation and go on a different path. This new journey that I'm going on, I don't know how it's going to take, but I'm not going to continue to work in a racial environment and be a part of a society and wear a face mask where racism playing dumb and our black people pointing the finger at us. The mayor won his election off of racism and the black voters that voted for him, and black people trying to attack me. Seeing the bus driver in Dallas the other day on my other social media. The behavior is getting worse. And I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to know that. The spies. No, we had to talk about that topic. We had to talk about that topic. I don't even remember what subject I put this on right now. Because I'm talking about the Walmart CEO. And my phone did start back working. It's time for me to get a new phone anyway. This phone did start back working. And it just started back working. And I want to talk about, we talking about Walmart, and we talking about certain things. But things I learned about the subject I learned, and I'm watching a video about the spot, and we just talking about Walmart. We talking about people that despise you and look at you because you can't get what you want. Don't look back. And I say, man, and one thing I learned about the situation dealing with Walmart, and the one thing the happiness I'm finding to let go of racism. I told Walmart CEOs and I told the FBI, you scared to let me on the table because you scared of change? You scared that I have a mindset that is strong, that I might shake the foundation of it and create changes in Walmart? And I think that's why people don't want change. Doug Miller don't want change. These CEOs scared. I said, you scared? And I'm watching them, and we're gonna talk about, because I'm on three different platforms right now. My phone just started back working, and I got a Metro phone coming to me tomorrow, and it just started back working again. This phone was out, but I want to tell people, I was thinking of a relationship, but I was also thinking of the cousin, that jealousy, that trying to use you out of despise and jealousy. And I had to deal with that. One of the things, me working at 14 to 15 years old and me hanging around Sabina and them and Marissa and them, that they didn't have the things that I have. And the brand didn't match. Like Masterpiece said, that Cash Money brand, and my brand didn't match with Marissa and them. Because I got me and her had a song called The Best I Ever Had by Drake. And me and her used to always play that song with each other because I had shit that nobody else ever had. So when we have music to identify us, we use music to identify our connection. And understand these things. Me understanding my brand didn't match with their friends. What I had, jewelry, clothes, and going and having a job, it didn't match because they was getting high. They were doing this and all of these. It didn't match with those things. And I think people kind of despise what I was doing for their cousin, getting a jewelry. I think that was the kind of most of it. But me able to get on that, because everybody in Dallas County wanted to say, "Oh, you can." I'm sitting away from the cell, and everybody was telling me, "You care about that." I want you to know about my relationship. You want to know about me and Mary's relationship. I'm talking about Walmart for my broadcast, but I'm also bringing the relationship up. I was always a breadwinner. I always stayed on my job. People don't even know that I went to college while I was in high school. I did multiple things. I went to North Lake College, went to Brookhaven. People don't even know I took ceramics, I took other classes. People don't know I was doing so many things with these situations while we was in school. We go to ceramics class while we was in Norman Smith and Mary Grimes. People don't know these things. They always in the classrooms. And that's the problem. They got them in the class, but they don't know what I was doing all of those things. Going to elementary schools. Oak Cliff tried to stop me from having a voice. And I think that anybody send me and people Trap Boy Freddie and them tried to come to the scene and be like, hold up, and do all of this. They wanted to stop me from having a voice, and I think that's what the case is with that situation. But people want to despise people because he's standing up for himself. He's standing up for justice. He's saying, it don't God say, because he mad because he know God, and God won't never give up. America, our troops will never give up. So why would we give up when we fighting for something that's greater? And that's something we understand. I had to tell Joe Biden, Joe Biden and Senator Harris, can you please tell Obama and Michelle Obama, thank you for listening to me. Thank you. And I wanted to get that to understanding. Thank you. You get my highest respect. But I really don't want to get in this politic thing. But thank you for those things, and I will always remember you for those things, Michelle Obama and Obama. And I said, Joe Biden. I know you know Obama. Y'all always sitting together, and Michelle Obama. And I want to tell you, thank you for listening. Thanks, CNN. But the key is my mentality is strong. I attack my goal. But people don't want to change in Texas businesses. But I told Governor Abbott and Senator Tay, you better buckle up. Every last one of you. And every senator, Diggum and Miller, you scared of change. You scared to let me in because the way I was taught at Big Lots and where they moved me in different ways. Even though I had a little challenge problems and I learned from Big Lots, and trust me, without them, they put me to that platform. Big Lots have always, but you got Kroger's and everybody limited, but Big Lots have never limited disability. And Big Lots always played a part of disability. But Kroger's, I went on an interview in Kroger's, and I'm telling you, I had to talk about that said on the food stamp office. It said you must have a good reason why you don't want to work at your job and lose your job. You must have a good reason. I caught on to something. Um, I want to tell y'all something about a certain thing that I want to tell you about, because when I'm going to Kroger's on Frankfurt for a deli position, and I'm gonna tell you something how this is gonna play out. And I'm going there, and he judged me off my handwriting, and I didn't get the job. He wanted me to do something else. So I decided I passed the drug test. I did all of that. I did all of those things, and I decided I didn't want this situation to be like Charles. So I didn't take the job. But when I went, this the time after I didn't take the job, I got on that Walmart back. But the Walmart, the Kroger's people started coming. The Kroger's manager that was racist towards me, he came in the deli at 2996 and he started looking at me. He see me in the deli doing things, and he's staring and he's shocked. But you were this racist towards me and not let me have a position, but you see me in Walmart and you see me in the deli doing things. And this is where we got to understand. This is where I'm going to tell the Justice Department. It had people coming in the Walmart store that I used to work with, that I went on interviews with. I didn't even take the interview in Irving because it was a racial thing. And I'm gonna tell Governor Abbott, when you want to talk about stuff, at Coca-Cola in Irving, at the Coca-Cola store, the factory in Irving for Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I think it was the Coca-Cola factory in Irving. I went on. I didn't even take it because of the racist behavior. Because of those things that I didn't take. And that's what's the main problem, where you get the job, but you don't take it. And one thing we talked about in our CPS class in Carrollton, Texas, and we all talked about different things said in class, following your first instinct. I know I wasn't supposed to take that job with Charles. But let me tell you something. I don't regret it because I met Grizz. And if I wouldn't have had those things with Grizz, even though Charles was racist, let me tell you, I want to show y'all something. One king and another king sitting at the end of the table. You got 5 people on the left side, 5 people on that side, and the other person's on the other side of that table. I'm on one end, and he's on another end. That King Charles was being racist and judging that person. You got 2 kings. Imagine a store manager sitting at the other end of the table, and you sitting at the end, and that store manager is being racist towards you. We can stop talking about it, but racism is in the spirit. We see it, we identify it. And I had to deal with that at 12, 16. I had to deal with racism from Charles on the second day of orientation, the black people, and I had to deal with that. Today I'm gonna have to tell the Justice Department I cut Raymond off because he talked about what he didn't do to me. Him in 1216 did not do to me, and I cut him off. And when you cut racism off, in Walmart, he called me. I say, I thought I blocked your number. Why would you call me and I thought I blocked your number? I don't want to talk. We don't want to talk to racism. We don't want to deal with Doug Miller employees or racism. You call me and I block you because you want to fuss. Don't give them that chance to fuss or racism. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to fuss with you. I just want to cut you off where the knees at. He's going to realize why I'm not answering my phone. Racism is going to realize why we not answering our phone. I don't need you. It's time for me to be happy. It's time for God's children to be happy instead of being around racism. And it's time to stop it. I'm moving in a new direction. And people want to get mad because I'm starting all this trouble because what's really going on in the community? What's really going on? Baby, we are not the same. I don't respect those things about what goes on between those things between